Hello, my name is Ionis. On this tutorial I'm going to show you how simple it is to use C++. For this project we are going to create a console application which will expect the end user to add some input, and then the console will display this input. However, we are also going to include an if statement and a while loop to basically ensure that the user who adds the values there is over 18 years old. So to get started, we are going to create a new project, File, New Project in Visual Studio, more particularly in Visual C++. We're going to click on Windows Desktop, click on Windows Console App, and I'm just going to call this app Check User and click OK. The project has been created already, so I've got some programmer's comments here. I'm just going to remove the programmer's comments, all this jargon here. Try to keep things nice and clean for you so you can actually see what's going on. I'm just going to put // here, comment it out. In fact, let's take this off as well. So let's remove the spaces. So we have now these lines of code. So I'm just going to skip a couple of lines here by pressing the enter key. So the information that we will be able to see within our console is the code that we add in here into the int main. So the first thing we need to do is include a couple more things. So I'm just going to say include. So I'll type the hash here. So I'll type include, and I'm going to include string. Also, I'm gonna let the program know that I'm using namespaces. std is my namespace, and now I'm just going to create my global variable. So I'm just going to call it my vars, structure my vars. And then in curly brackets, I'm going to leave this. I could put it in separate lines, but I like having my global variables in one line. Make it easier. Try to keep the code as clean as I can so you can understand exactly what's going on. So the first variable I'm going to create is a string variable, and it's going to be the name of the person, semicolon to end my statement. The next variable is going to be again string, and it's going to be the surname, semicolon to end my statement. And the third variable is going to be an integer, and it's going to be the age of the person. Okay, now I've created my global variables here. I'm just going to create a function here, a void. So I'm just going to put void get data, and then I'm just going to say my vars, and I'm just going to create a section here which is called person. Alright, so I'm just going to put curly brackets here, skip a couple of lines. And what I'm going to do, let's close the output window here. Alright, so we can see all the code. So let's remove this extra space. Okay, so the first thing I need to inform the user is to add their first name. So I'll say cout >, shift 2 for double quotes, please enter your name, colon, space, semicolon to end my statement. And then I will expect the user to type something. So I will say CIN greater than, and then I will say person dot name. Let's put here name, double click name, and semicolon to end my statement. I'm just going to skip a couple of lines. I will repeat these steps. Less than, and I will say please enter your surname, semicolon to my statement, and then I will expect the user to add their surname, person dot surname, semicolon to add my statement, and then finally they're gonna type their age. So cout less than shift 2, please enter your age, semicolon, sorry, colon, space, and then after the double quote you can put semicolon to your statement. And as before, we expecting the user to add their age, so we'll say person dot age, semicolon to my statement. All right, so as soon as the form loads, as soon as the console, let's say, loads, okay, it will check. We want all these to be checked. So here now, within our main console app, we are going to type my vars, and then I will say stuff, and then I will say get data, and then I will say stuff, semicolon to end my statement. Then I'm just gonna cout less than your shift 2, your name is space, and then I will say less than less than now I can put spaces. I can put a break line space by using the line break, which is single quote and the n, or I could use, so I'll say cout less than stuff dot name, and I will say less than, and I will say and l, semicolon to my statement. Now if you put and l, or if you put this, it's gonna basically represent the same thing. It's gonna basically add a break line break, sorry. So I'm just gonna highlight these two now and paste them there, and I paste them again, and the only thing I need to change now here is I will change the name to surname, and I'm just gonna type here surname. Here I'm gonna type age. I'm just gonna change that to age. Okay, so let's run the program. So please enter your name, please enter your surname, please add your age to, okay, your name is Ioannis, your surname is Dizoglu, and I feel like it 2 years old. Okay, so what if, and then we can actually press the enter key to actually exit the software. Now what if we want to make sure that the people who will add this data are over 18 years old? So in this case I need to create here an if statement. So I will say if, and in brackets I will say staff dot age is greater than 18, sorry, not greater than, and less than 18 years old, as long as this is the case. And then in square brackets, so in curly brackets, I want to copy this, paste it there, and the only thing I need to change is change the person to staff, because in this section we said that the data is staff. Alright, so we say if the staff dot age is less than 18, then we want to display this again. But if we do this, let's do this once. So I will say Ioannis Dizoglu, I will say 17, enter. So please enter your name. So I will say Ioannis Dizoglou. I will say 12. Now as you can see, the program will exit, so it's not going to allow me to keep trying it again and again and again until I get it right. So in this case, what I'm going to do, what I need to do is basically introduce a while loop. So when the if statement takes place, I will say while, and then in brackets I will say stuff dot age is less than or equals to 18. Then I'm going to open a curly bracket here and close the curly bracket there. So I'm putting this, basically this code, within my do while loop, my while loop. Okay, so as long as it's less than or equals to 18, keep repeating this over and over again. Do not close the application. So I'm just going to click play, and I will say Ioannis Dizoglou, and I will say 3. Okay, please add your name, Ioannis Dizoglou, and then I will say, oops, 17, let's say 18. Please enter your name, Ioannis Dizoglou, 17. As you can see, it's keep asking me, so Ioannis Dizoglou. This time I'm just going to put 19. Oops. And the while loop, it's going to come off from the while loop, and as a result the application will close. Okay, so I just want another thing to add here. So when is the while loop taking place, I would like to actually put another information here. So I'm just gonna copy this line of code, this cout here, and add a space here. Now we can do end L. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is the information you have added is incorrect. Please try again. Let's say is not valid. So if I press play, so Ioannis Dizoglou, I'll say 18. As you can see here is 18, your name is Ioannis, your surname is, your age is 18, is exiting because my if statement here I didn't actually put or equals to 18. So it's 18 will be accepted. So I've corrected now this issue. Just going to try again, and I will type Ioannis Dizoglou, age 18. Okay, the information you have added is not valid. Please try again. Please enter your name. As you can see, these two lines of code are coming onto two different lines. So Ioannis Dizoglou, age 12. The information you have added is not valid. Please try again. So I'll try again for more time. This time I'm just going to put 19. And as a result, the information, the application closes because the data is valid. So if it's valid, what we can do, we can actually display an information, a message. So we can say thank you very much for filling the application, or for working with us, or whatever. We can add this here by using another cout statement. Anyway, I'm not going to make any more I'm not going to make this tutorial more complicated. I hope you've learned quite a few things so far with this video. Just to summarize what we've done here, we've learned how to actually include more libraries using namespace. Now, as you can see, I have not included the namespace, the SSD, but I could do. But if you don't use this line of code, the cout and the CIN will not work. Or if they do work on your computer, they might not work when you're running, when the application has been exported and running on somebody else's computer. Now, the next thing we did, we created a global variable, so myvars. So we created our structure basically. We create a number of variables: the first name, the surname, and the age. Then we create the void, which basically allows us to put a number of different commands, and then we use these commands throughout our project by actually referring to the get data. And the get data is applied to this variable that we create on the fly called stuff. Then we create an if statement, and we said if the stuff.age is less than or equals to 18 years old, then a while loop will kick in. Now the while loop, we removed the while loop before, we didn't add the while loop, so we identify that the if statement will only display this argument once, and after this the project will close. However, when we're using the while loop, the project still stays on while basically the argument here is not correct. You know, the statement that we have here is not met. So as long as it's less than or equals to 18, it will keep loading the application for us until this statement is over 18, 19, 20, etc., etc. So we also learn how to display information and how to add information into a console, how to display information from a console. We also learned two different ways to add a line break, so end L and the new line. So this structure can be applied on many other programming languages for a line break, where the end L can be applied on the C++. I don't think any other programming language actually uses the end L. If I'm wrong, please correct me on the comments below. Anyway, so hope you learned something new today. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.